You ever step off a long flight and think, what just happened to me? Like you went in a human and came out a raisin with back pain. Here's the mystery. Why do some people glide off a 10-hour flight, looking refreshed, while the rest of us look like we lost a fight with the seat cushion? It's not luck. It's not money. It's knowing the tricks nobody tells you. Today, I'm spilling the 15 must-know secrets to surviving a long flight in economy. The real hacks flight crews, frequent flyers, and smart travelers use every single time. Stick with me because by the end of this, you'll know how to fly smarter, cheaper, and walk off that plane looking like you actually belong in your vacation photos. Now, before we jump into the tips, let's set the stage. Air travel has changed. Seats are smaller, carry-on rules are tighter, and airline prices work like a game show. TSA has new restrictions on electronics and random checks that'll catch you off guard. And passengers? We've gotten more chaotic. Everyone's trying to save money, cut corners, and somehow bring an entire week's worth of stuff in one backpack. So yeah, it's tougher out there. But that also means the smart traveler stands out even more. If you learn the new rules, play them right, and think ahead, you can turn a long flight from a torture chamber into something almost enjoyable. Almost. Let's get to it. Origins, where people go wrong before the flight. Here's the truth. Most people ruin their long flight before they even set foot on the plane. You can't fix bad planning once you're in the air. You just suffer through it. So let's start at the source. Tip 1. Pick your seat like your sanity depends on it. Because it does. Stop letting the airline assign your seat randomly unless you want to end up next to the bathroom, right where the smell seems to waft in exactly the wrong direction every 10 minutes. Tools like Seat Guru, Google Flights, or even airline forums show you which seats recline, which don't, and which have the least foot traffic. It's not just a convenience, it's a survival strategy. If you're tall, the bulkhead or exit row is your best friend. Those extra inches mean you don't wake up feeling like you spent the night folded like origami. If you prefer not to get up every 5 minutes, a window seat lets you lean against the wall and control your personal space. If your bladder is active like mine always is, aisle is the home base. Middle seats? Only if you're feeling adventurous or really want to test human endurance. And there's the hidden trick no one tells you. Avoid seats near galleys, hot coffee carts, trolley collisions, and crew chatter will make your nap nearly impossible. Near the wings is usually quieter, less vibration, and less turbulent sensation. Your seat choice affects your comfort for the entire flight. It is literally the difference between a nap and a nightmare. Picking wisely is not optional. It's preemptive therapy. A great seat doesn't just make the flight better, it shapes your whole travel mood. Bad seats can drain your patience before the wheels even leave the ground. The right one gives you control in a situation where everything else is out of your hands. Now that your seat's sorted, let's move on to what happens when you don't plan the rest. Because once you're up there, you can't swap seats with destiny. Tip 2. Pack like you've got a weight limit on your patience. Packing is an art. Overpacking adds stress, slows you down at security, and turns your personal item into a wrestling match with the gate agent. One pair of shoes, one outfit per day, and a couple of versatile layers are all you need. Keep it light. Layering lets you adapt to cabin temperatures without lugging a heavy suitcase around. Airlines in 2025 and 2026 are strict again. Oversized bags or bags that look overstuffed draw extra scrutiny. Personal items will be weighed or measured. A gate agent with an eagle eye will not hesitate to charge you, so save yourself the lecture. Pack smart. Essentials belong in the carry-on. Passport, medication, chargers, snacks, toothbrush, deodorant. Think of it as your lifeboat if the checked bag goes missing. Checked luggage can get delayed, rerouted, or lost entirely. Being prepared ensures your trip starts smooth, not as a scavenger hunt for toothpaste in a foreign airport. The lighter you pack, the more you feel like you're winning at travel. You move faster, stress less, and don't have to apologize every time you swing your bag into someone's knee. Smart packing is freedom disguised as minimalism. And snacks are more than food. They're morale boosters. Bring a granola bar or two for emergencies. No one wants to be the hangry traveler muttering in the middle seat. Smart packing isn't just a convenience. It's a peace of mind strategy that sets you up for every tip to follow. Tip 3. Hydrate before you dehydrate. Here's a secret. Most people start a long flight already parched. Cabin air sits at roughly 10 to 20% humidity. That's like hanging out in a desert, but at 35,000 feet. Dehydration can cause headaches, fatigue, bloating, and crankiness before the plane even takes off. The trick is to hydrate early and consistently. Start drinking water the day before your flight. Don't just chug a bottle at the airport and call it good. Your body needs time to balance fluids. So think of it as a slow prep, not a last-minute fix. Skip or reduce alcohol and caffeine too. Both pull water from your body faster than the in-flight drinks cart can roll by, and nothing ruins a flight faster than starting it feeling like beef jerky in a hoodie. Hydration also keeps your energy steady and your mood even. It's not glamorous, but it's the cheapest anti-aging and anti-grumpiness trick on earth. If your skin glows and your patience holds, you're already winning the flight. Bring a reusable water bottle and fill it after security. Not only does it save you money, but it gives you control. When the flight attendants get busy or turbulence hits, you won't be stuck waiting for a plastic cup that's smaller than a shot glass. Some airports even have filtered refill stations now, so you can fill up before boarding and top off again during layovers. Here's the bonus nobody talks about. Staying hydrated actually helps your circulation. Your blood flows better, your muscles loosen up, and swelling in your legs and ankles is reduced. It keeps your mood stable, your skin less dry, and your patience alive. Treat water like your co-pilot. A hydrated traveler is a calm traveler, less likely to snap mid-flight, and way more ready to enjoy that first day of vacation. Tip 4. Dress like you're flying, not auditioning for a fashion show. I get it. Some folks want to look sharp, even on a plane. But tight jeans, heels, or heavy fabrics turn a long flight into a wrestling match. Comfort is the real fashion statement at 35,000 feet. Breathable layers, compression socks, and slip-on shoes will save you hours of struggle. Layers are essential. Airplanes are like unpredictable microclimates. 1 minute it's freezing, the next you're sweating under the cabin lights. Being able to shed or add a layer without doing a full wardrobe change in your seat is a sanity saver. Think of it as dressing for a survival challenge where the terrain is polyester seats and recycled air. Compression socks help prevent swollen ankles and cramps, especially on flights over 6 hours. They're not glamorous, but neither is hobbling off the plane like you've aged 30 years. Shoes that slip on and off make security, restroom breaks, and cabin walks painless and save you from the public embarrassment of wrestling with your laces in the aisle. Good travel clothes are like armor, soft armor. They protect your comfort, support your health, and keep you feeling human even when the air smells like reheated soup. Prioritize fabric that breathes and stretches. Your future self will thank you. Clothing affects everything from circulation to posture. Tight belts or scratchy fabrics restrict movement and make every little adjustment feel like a major battle. Smart travelers dress for flexibility, not for Instagram photos at 30,000 feet. Your outfit should whisper, Zen master in the sky, not fashion victim at cruising altitude. Tip 5. Charge everything and download what you need. Power outlets are still unreliable, and Wi-Fi is expensive and spotty at best. Don't count on either. Fully charge phones, tablets, earbuds, laptops, and power banks the night before. You want full batteries when the plane door closes because one dead device can turn boredom into chaos. Offline entertainment is critical. Download movies, playlists, podcasts, audiobooks. If the in-flight system crashes or Wi-Fi cuts out, you won't be trapped staring at a blank screen for hours. Multiple options are better than relying on a single source. You want variety, something to distract from crying babies, snoring neighbors, and the occasional mystery smell drifting from row 12. Your devices are more than entertainment. They're sanity stabilizers. A full battery means full control over your focus, mood, and patience. Lose power mid-flight, and suddenly every noise, cough, and seat recline feels personal. Also, think of charging as more than just convenience. A dead device can turn a minor frustration into a morale-crushing event. Music, movies, or audiobooks can act as a buffer from chaos, reduce stress, and even make the flight feel shorter. In short, being prepared with fully charged devices and offline content isn't just smart. It's essential for survival in economy class. Rise, the boarding zone. Now, it's showtime. You've packed right, picked the perfect seat, and made it through security without losing your shoes or your mind. Boarding is where things get real. Tip 6. Wait to board unless you need bin space. Everyone rushes the gate like it's a rock concert. Elbows flying, rolling luggage banging like mini drums. Don't do it. If you don't have a massive carry-on, boarding late means less time trapped in a metal tube with everyone else's mood swings and fuming impatience. Let the herd fight it out. Once the chaos settles, you stroll in, drop your bag in the overhead bin, and sit down like a boss without breaking a sweat. Here's the trick. Boarding late also gives you a moment to scope out your neighbors. You can assess if you're stuck between a talker and a snorer, or between someone who hogs the armrest and someone polite. That tiny advantage sets the tone for the whole flight and can make the difference between peace and purgatory at 35,000 feet. Another bonus? You get to avoid the awkward standstill in the aisle where everyone pretends not to breathe on each other while stuffing their bags overhead. Waiting back means no juggling backpacks or saying, Sorry for the 47th time as someone blocks the row. Plus, boarding late lets you catch any pre-flight announcements while standing calmly at the gate. No frantic shuffling, no accidental bumps, no mysterious items in your seat. Your stress stays low, your blood pressure stable, and you look like a seasoned traveler while everyone else is still playing gate Tetris. Tip 7. Clean your area before you get too comfortable. Airplanes are not exactly the Ritz-Carlton of hygiene. Tray tables, armrests, and seatbelt buckles are basically microbial jungles. Keep a few disinfecting wipes handy, and wipe everything down. 30 seconds per seat saves you from catching the leftovers from the previous flight. Think of it as preemptive armor against germs. Even better, cleaning your space signals self-respect to your seatmates. You're not just avoiding illness, you're showing you care about your comfort and theirs. People notice. It's a subtle way of saying, I'm civilized, while half the cabin is sneezing into recycled air. Sometimes, that little act earns you an approving nod, or at least keeps your neighbor from judging your snack choices later. Another secret benefit. Wiping down your seat forces you to actually check your surroundings. You'll spot crumbs, wet spots, or a forgotten snack from the last occupant and avoid an unpleasant surprise mid-flight. Nothing ruins a nap faster than discovering someone else's melted chocolate bar under your thigh. Once your space is clean, you instantly feel more in control. Your seat goes from gross and unpredictable to controlled and ready, which is a mental win before takeoff. You start the flight relaxed, confident, and just a bit smug knowing you've outsmarted the germ circus around you. Tip 8. Make friends with the crew. Flight attendants are the referees, therapists, and peacekeepers of the sky. They deal with hundreds of passengers per flight. Some polite, some feral. The friendly ones remember faces, voices, and manners, so make yours worth remembering. Smile, say thank you, and resist the urge to ask for water before the plane even moves. Courtesy at cruising altitude pays real dividends. Need an extra pillow? A blanket? Maybe a secret stash of snacks when the cart runs dry? The polite passenger often gets first dibs. Crew members are human. They remember who waited patiently versus who argued about the armrest. A calm tone and good manners are like first-class upgrades for your reputation. And here's where it gets fun. Friendly conversation can unlock insider intel. Flight attendants know when turbulence will hit, which meals are edible, and when to sneak in a restroom break before the line forms. A quick, polite chat could save you from both hunger and embarrassment. You're not sucking up. You're strategically networking at 35,000 feet. The sky has its own social hierarchy, and being on the crew's good side means smoother service, faster help, and maybe even an extra cookie with your coffee. Play it smart, stay kind, and let charm work its altitude magic. Tip 9. Use your space strategically. Once you sit down, think of your seat as your tiny personal kingdom. You have about 2 square feet to work with, so use them wisely. Essentials like water, headphones, neck pillow, sanitizer, and something to read should go under the seat or in the pocket in front of you. Everything else should stay packed away. Clutter creates stress, and a tidy zone keeps your mind calm when the flight starts to feel endless. Sharing is part of the experience. Someone will eventually eye the armrest or bump into your knee. Instead of starting a quiet turf war, treat it like a friendly exchange. Smile, adjust, and mentally remind yourself, my turn next. Humor goes much further than sighing or glaring ever will. There is also an art to keeping peace within your small patch of airspace. Little gestures, like helping your neighbor lift a bag or offering a napkin, can change the tone of the entire row. You are not just arranging your belongings, you are setting the mood for a smoother flight. Good organization pays off over time. When your essentials are within reach, you move less, disturb others less, and keep circulation flowing better. That combination of comfort, courtesy, and control keeps your sanity intact until landing. A well-organized seat is not just neat. It is your portable fortress of calm. Tip 10. Stay calm during boarding chaos. Boarding is chaos central. People block aisles, argue over bins, and act like their ticket is a golden ticket to the front of the line. The air feels 10 degrees hotter and everyone suddenly forgets how to walk in a straight line. This is not your moment to join the frenzy. Take a breath, put in your headphones, and let the madness play out. You cannot control other people, only yourself. Calmness is a quiet power move. A traveler who stays composed stands out instantly. You look like someone who knows the secret the others missed. Your calm energy can even influence the people around you. The line might flow a little smoother, and your seatmate might follow your lead instead of sighing loudly every 2 minutes. Here's the trick. Think of boarding as the warm-up, not the main event. Everyone else is panicking to sit down first, but you are preparing for hours of peace once you do. Keeping your cool at the start of the journey sets the tone for everything that follows. And when the door finally closes, that's your victory lap. The noise fades, the aisle clears, and you can sit back knowing you didn't waste your energy on the boarding circus. A calm traveler starts the flight ahead of the game, ready to win the mid-air marathon. Breaking point, mid-flight misery. Here's where things get interesting. The lights dim, the food trays roll out, and the hours stretch forever. This is the breaking point, where patience and planning are tested. You've survived boarding. But now comes the real endurance test. Staying comfortable, sane, and hydrated while the hours tick by. Tip 11. Move every 90 minutes. Long flights mess with your circulation in ways you don't even notice until your ankles look like water balloons. Sitting still for hours leads to swelling, stiffness, and in extreme cases, more serious health problems. Get up every hour and a half, at minimum. Walk to the restroom, stretch, or even just stand for a minute in the aisle while pretending you're checking out the view. If you're stuck in your seat, don't panic. Ankle rolls, calf raises, and subtle leg stretches under the seat make a noticeable difference. Flex your feet, rotate your ankles, and wiggle those toes like your life depends on it. These micro movements keep blood flowing and reduce the dreaded sitting 30 minutes too long ache. Here's the real trick. Moving isn't just physical, it's psychological. Standing up every so often gives your brain a mini reset. Your mind feels less trapped, stress levels drop, and the flight suddenly feels less like a punishment. Make it a habit and you'll arrive at your destination feeling like a human rather than a stiff board with arms. Small steps also prevent the "I need a chiropractor" scenario post-flight. When you stagger off the plane, you'll notice the difference immediately. Walk, stretch, and claim those aisle victories like a pro. Your body will thank you in ways passengers who stayed glued to their seats won't understand. Tip 12. Eat light and on your schedule. Airline food has one purpose: survive packaging and reheating. It's loaded with salt, carbs, and sometimes unidentifiable ingredients that bloat you faster than a hot air balloon. Don't eat just because they serve it. Bring your own snacks, like nuts, fruit strips, protein bars, or oatmeal cups. Eat when you're hungry, not when the flight attendant's cart rolls by. Hydration is key, too. Water is your best friend, while soda or wine are sneaky villains that dehydrate faster than you realize. Alcohol feels relaxing at first, but in a few hours, your body will betray you with headaches, dryness, and crankiness. Stick with water, herbal teas, or light drinks to stay alert and comfortable. Timing is everything. Eating on your schedule helps your body maintain normal rhythms, even in a flying metal tube at 35,000 feet. It also prevents mid-flight hangar moments where passengers turn hangry and cranky, creating tension for themselves and everyone nearby. Another bonus, smart eating keeps digestion in check. Overeating or consuming airline meals full of salt can make your stomach unhappy, swell your feet, and leave you wishing you brought a large trash bag for yourself. Light scheduled meals are about comfort, energy, and survival. Your stomach, mood, and dignity all benefit. Tip 13. Handle the temperature swings. Planes are climate chaos. One minute it's freezing like the Arctic, the next it's a sauna. The key is layers. Always bring a light hoodie, travel blanket, or scarf. You can add or remove layers without bothering the crew or turning your neighbors into unwilling thermostats. Neck pillows are underrated here. They keep your head upright, prevent you from drooling on yourself or the seat in front, and double as warmth sources. A small pillow can make the difference between dozing peacefully and waking up stiff and sweaty. Don't forget feet and hands. Flight socks, lightweight gloves, or even a spare pair of socks in your carry-on help deal with cold air vents and freezing floors. Tiny adjustments to your clothing are easy wins that keep the flight comfortable without requiring a full wardrobe change. Temperature management also prevents crankiness. Being too hot or too cold for hours amplifies stress, irritability, and minor annoyances into full-blown complaints. By preparing for these swings, you stay comfortable, calm, and even capable of sharing a polite smile when the kid behind you kicks your seat. Tip 14. Control your light and sound. You can't control who sits near you, but you can control your personal environment. Eye masks and noise-canceling headphones are life-saving. Even inexpensive ones cut out enough noise to make a difference, creating a small bubble of calm amid chaos. Shut out the cabin chatter, the crying babies, the clinking cups, and the person who insists on playing a game at full volume on their tablet. When you control what enters your ears and eyes, you reclaim your mental space. You feel less trapped and more like a co-pilot in your own comfort zone. Earplugs, neck pillows, and even a lightweight scarf over your eyes give you layers of sensory control. Combine them with meditation or a favorite playlist, and you're ready to survive even the loudest flights without stress levels spiking. Another benefit: controlling light and sound signals your body that it's time to rest. Darkness cues melatonin, while quiet helps you focus or sleep. Even if you're not trying to sleep, you'll feel a mental reset every time you close your eyes and block out the chaos. It's like having a personal flight bubble that the airline forgot to charge for. Tip 15. Sleep smart. Not long. You don't need to knock out for 8 hours to survive. Aim for shorter sleep cycles of around 90 minutes. That's one full REM cycle and helps you wake up refreshed rather than groggy. Time it right, and you maximize rest without feeling like a walking zombie when you land. Adjust your watch and meals to the destination's time zone as soon as you board. Your body starts syncing to local time, tricking it into adjusting faster. Eat, sleep, and hydrate according to the new schedule. It's a small cognitive trick that reduces jet lag and makes the transition smoother. Sleeping smart is also about environment. Combine your mask, headphones, neck pillow, and layered clothing to create ideal conditions for those short sleep cycles. Even a 30-minute power nap can reset energy and focus, helping you handle meals, announcements, and the inevitable aisle-walking passengers. Finally, monitor your posture. Sleep upright or slightly reclined. Use the pillow to support your neck, and avoid contorting into positions that guarantee post-flight stiffness. Proper sleep on a plane is a science, and when done right, you arrive energized instead of ragged, ready to start your trip without paying for a chiropractor on day one. What happens when you ignore these tips? Ignoring these mid-flight strategies has consequences that can linger long after the plane lands. I have seen it countless times. The passenger who refused to stretch? Ankles swollen and stiff, walking like a cartoon character. The person who ate whatever was served? Bloated, uncomfortable, regretting every salty bite. The traveler who ignored layers and temperature? Shivering 1 minute, sweating the next, restless the entire flight. Even technology habits matter. Those who did not charge devices or download offline entertainment find themselves staring at frozen screens, frustrated, bored, and stressed. Every ignored tip compounds, turning what could have been a manageable flight into an endurance trial. Let me paint a picture. You are stuck in a middle seat with a toddler kicking the back of your chair. Your legs are pins and needles, your stomach feels like a balloon, and you just realized your headphones battery is dead. You try to discreetly shuffle in the aisle to stretch and get glared at by your neighbors. That is what ignoring these small strategies looks like in real life. Your seatmate's elbow becomes a weapon, your knees are negotiable, and you start questioning why humans ever invented long-haul flights. The chaos multiplies if you board too early, ignored wiping down your area, and had no plan for hydration or food. The plane becomes a pressure cooker of frustration. By hour 7, even the calmest person starts humming quietly to themselves just to survive. The moral is clear. Neglect these tips, and economy class turns into an episode of a survival show, with fewer cameras and no prize money. Fixes. How to keep your sanity. Now that we understand the pitfalls, let us go through practical solutions to keep your comfort and sanity intact. These are small but powerful adjustments that anyone can implement. Stretch before leaving the house. Loosen your hips, legs, and lower back. Sitting for hours without preparation sets you up for pain. A quick routine at home or in the airport terminal can pay huge dividends. You want to feel like a seasoned traveler, not a creaky old recliner. A 5-minute stretch before boarding is like oiling the hinges before a long road trip. Trust me, your knees and lower back will thank you before hour 3 of the flight. And if someone asks, you can look zen instead of desperate, which counts for something in these tight quarters. Plan your entertainment. Download movies, music, podcasts, or audiobooks in advance. Variety keeps boredom away and helps the hours pass without frustration. A strategic entertainment arsenal also serves as a conversation starter. Sitting next to someone watching a classic movie you know? Boom, instant bond. Or, more importantly, it keeps you occupied while chaos erupts around you. A good playlist, a gripping audiobook, and a movie or two that you can watch without judgment are your lifeline to sanity. Pack essential comfort items: neck pillow, eye mask, chapstick, wet wipes, and a scarf or light blanket. These basics transform economy discomfort into a tolerable experience and keep you feeling human. Your little comfort arsenal is like a Swiss Army knife for your body and mind. Chapstick can prevent an epic mouth disaster. A scarf doubles as a blanket or makeshift pillow. Wet wipes solve mysteries you do not want to know about. The neck pillow ensures you do not wake up looking like you wrestled with a coat hanger all night. It's not fancy. It is survival with dignity. Eat and drink with purpose. Water is your ally. Alcohol and sugary drinks may seem fun, but dehydrate and spike energy, causing crashes. Control your intake to maintain stable energy and comfort. Hydration also has the bonus effect of giving you a legitimate excuse to visit the restroom frequently. Need to stretch your legs? No problem. You have science on your side. Too many sodas and cocktails, and your bladder turns against you while your energy crashes like a cheap casino slot machine. Play it smart, and your body behaves more like a cooperative companion than a mutinous crew member. Break the flight into manageable segments. Watch a movie, walk the aisle, nap, listen to music. Segmenting the hours tricks your brain into thinking the trip is shorter and more controllable. I like to think of flights as episodes in a mini-series. You do one segment, check in with your legs, sip water, and move to the next. If you try to tackle the flight in one chunk, it feels like climbing Everest in flip-flops. Segmenting creates milestones and mental checkpoints that keep you motivated. Plus, it gives you tiny wins that keep you from staring out the window, questioning every life choice. Treat every flight as practice. Each journey teaches new tricks. Maybe you find a new way to massage your feet, a better layering strategy, or a snack combo that works perfectly for you. Customization is key to long-term comfort. Think of yourself as a flight scientist. Every misstep is data. Every adjustment is a lab experiment. You will discover that certain seats work for your body, certain snacks prevent the bloated misery, and certain pre-flight stretches are magic. With every flight, your economy survival skills grow sharper, and eventually, you walk off the plane like a veteran instead of a combat survivor. Modern travel realities, 2025 and 2026. Air travel in 2025 and 2026 is more complex than ever. Airlines continue to shrink seats, add more rows to economy, and charge extra for services once included. Carry-on limits are stricter, and some budget airlines weigh personal items at the gate, fining those who are over. TSA has increased random electronic checks, especially for phones and tablets, meaning travelers must be vigilant and prepared. Gate agents are now part security expert, part referee, part unwilling therapist. The person in front of you may be negotiating like it is a high-stakes poker game. You need to be ready with documents, devices charged, and a polite smile. Chaos may still happen, but preparation ensures you do not become a casualty. Travel scams are also on the rise. Fake upgrade texts, fraudulent lost luggage emails, and last-minute deals from unverified websites can catch unsuspecting passengers. Always verify using official airline apps or websites before responding. These scams are the modern-day pickpockets of air travel. One click, and your vacation turns into a nightmare. Frankly, anyone promising a free upgrade after midnight with a secret code is lying. Stick to official sources and save yourself from panic at the gate or a suspicious text that feels like a phishing hook. Despite all these changes, the underlying patterns repeat. Passengers panic, chaos ensues, and the prepared, calm traveler navigates the process smoothly. Knowledge, preparation, and strategy are more valuable than luck or money. 3 final takeaways. Preparation beats panic. The best travelers are not lucky. They are ready. Packing smart, hydrating, and planning ahead create 90% of your in-flight comfort. Think of it as building a fortress around your sanity. Every checklist item ticked off is a brick. By the time you take your seat, you are shielded from chaos, discomfort, and human unpredictability. Comfort is strategy, not luxury. You do not need first class. Small decisions like stretching, layering, hydration, and strategic sleep make economy bearable. Economy survival is like playing chess in a phone booth. The right moves win you comfort. The wrong moves get you elbowed and miserable. Every small action stacks toward a smarter, calmer flight. Control what you can and laugh at what you cannot. You cannot prevent delays, crying babies, or snoring seatmates, but you can manage your mindset. Patience is the secret weapon of the savvy traveler. Laughing at the absurdity helps. If you start imagining the baby as the future CEO of chaos, or the snorer as a percussionist, suddenly the flight becomes entertainment instead of torture. Humor is a free tool that makes discomfort tolerable. Final words and call to action. I have flown hundreds of times, and economy is not getting easier. But following these 15 tips will let you walk off the plane with dignity, comfort, and sanity intact. Ignore them, and you will be limping to baggage claim, wishing you had listened. For those who want to go deeper, grab my ebook, How to Survive a Long Flight in Economy 2025 to 2026, linked in the description. It includes humor, gear recommendations, and a no-nonsense guide for real travelers. Hit subscribe for more honest travel tips, and I will see you in the skies. Fly smart, stay hydrated, and remember, the best seat is the one where you know what you are doing. Remember, your plane seat is not just a place to sit. It is a small universe you will live in for hours. Master it, respect it, and treat it like a tactical operation. And you might just survive economy without a single existential crisis. You got this. And if not, at least you will have a funny story for your next vacation post.